And welcome to southern France, to Sango, a small town virtually at the foot of the Pyrenees, which, as you all know, is the natural mountainous border dividing France from Spain. An area of lush vegetation, forests and hills, the air heavy with blossom. A natural tourist valley in which to fish and hunt, sightsee or merely relax. Naturally, as with all beautiful places in Europe, the Romans were here with their sophisticated plumbing and civilization. And here come the teams, led off by the Swiss of Romont, then the Portuguese of Aveiro, then the Yugoslavs of Zrenjanin, then the Henley-on-Thames team, big strong team they are, the Italians from Aosta, the Germans from Mering, the Belgians from Beringen, and we fancy them very strongly tonight, the Belgian team. If you have a look at them, big strong boys, and strong girls. The cheers for the home team of Sango. Right away, in comes the British Joker. Well, this is bravery on a scale unsurpassed, even in the south of France, and we're smiling all over the place. Our lady team captain plays the Joker. It's the only Joker to be played on the first game. Over the swimming pool it is. They scale a ladder. 3 boys there, 3 carabiniers are going to put the cannonballs at the top of the ladder, and they roll down. And as they roll down, they have to run out along the bridge and catch the ball, and we take the time. This is the game. It's the quickest time to catch 2 cannonballs and hit the drink. That counts. And a despairing look, and it's a risky game to play the Joker. We're going to have lots of fun. As I say, the costume's absolutely imperious. You'll enjoy the show. There is the cannon on the right with 1 German cannonball on it, and he's dropped it. The time is rolling on. Limit time at 1 minute for the game. Will he catch it? Yes, he's... The band at the back there. It's a time for 2. So the quicker of those 2 German guys gets to the cannon, puts the cannonball on, the time is taken. Where they're playing for fun now, playing to entertain you. That's the time. The time is taken when the second cannonball lodges on the cannon. We make unofficially a time of 59 seconds. Next will go the Belgians. Keep an eye on this Belgian team because we fancy them very strongly. We've been keeping a weather eye on them, and the first guy off is Theo, and he is a sergeant in the military. So if he can't catch cannonball, nobody can. Can he? Yes? No? Yes? Oh, yes, well fielded. The sergeant of Beringen. Can he? Yes? Now that places the British Joker in some sort of jeopardy. They're playing for effect now. The fastest time for a couple of cannonballs. Come out, he says, get that cannonball on the cannon, bang. That's the time. Quick, 20 seconds. 18. Look, you see the enthusiasm there from the Belgians. They've come here to win. 24 seconds was the time for Beringen. Off go the French. Again in period, there's the French crowd. Every time the ball is caught, it makes it bad news for us. It's there. Big cheers. This is coming quick. Yes, oh, yes, oh, and oh. 20 seconds. Crumbs. 21 seconds. Baffoon. There it is. Now on the Joker. No, not yet. The Yugoslavs first. We're getting excited because it's warming up, this game. Zrenjanin. From the north of Yugoslavia near Belgrade. Sacre Bleu, 1. Oh! Well, that helps the British. Yes, it does help if you don't go in the water, obviously, because that doesn't help you to get a quick time. Oh, the fastest time. 20 seconds for the Yugoslavs, and now will go the British. They know what they have to do. Ian George will go first. He's the manager of a sports centre, this boy, so he's a big fella. He's got to catch this one. He must catch it, and he's got to do it in about 7 seconds flat. If he misses this one, we've blown it. A lot hanging on it. It's rolling slowly for him. He's got it. He's in. He's in. Ian George. Next will go Kevin Green. Kevin Green. He's missed it. Oh! Well, that was Malcolm Eggleton. Ian George again. He's got to make it a double. He's got to catch this one. He has. But we're out. That's a time of 29 seconds. 29 seconds. So we've gone. The joker's gone. We had to come in the first three. Remember the bonus system of scoring. So that's the task to the joker. No bonus points for the joker there at all. A risky game to play it on. They had to catch the first two. They knew the risks involved. We saw the team captain before the match. He knew what he had to do. We only hope now the Italians have some fun and games as they normally do abroad, but no, a good safe pair of hands in the slips there for those bombardiers. We can still get a few points. If the Italians miss this, we could still come in the points. No. No, they beat us. 25 seconds, we make it. So next to bottom, a bad start for Henley. 6 points to the Yugoslavs, 5 to Sango. 4 points to Beringen. Watch this Belgian team tonight. Hot favourites. 4 points for Eoster. 2 points for Henley. So you see, plus 0. You had to come in the first three. Remember, it's 6, 4, and 2. So in the lead, we have Yugoslavia. And it's marvellous to see the Yugoslavs doing well. Over to the first fil rouge. And it's the death of a small platoon at the hands of the bombardier. And the bombardiers in the fil rouge are from Switzerland and from Portugal. The 5 lead soldiers to aim at. Obviously, the tin soldiers aimed at by the Swiss team are Portuguese, and by the Portuguese bombardier are Swiss soldiers. So we'll have to keep an eye on it for you, and the Portuguese have got 1 down. The Swiss have 1. And of course we take the time to knock all 5 soldiers into the water. So the Swiss have got 3 down. No, they haven't. It's the Portuguese with 3 down, and the Swiss have 2. Straight between the two of them with the Portuguese, and the Swiss aren't doing too well. The Swiss have only got 1. No, they've got 2. Yes, he's tossed. He's in. Plenty of time to spare. But the Portuguese doing well from Ivero. No, the Swiss are catching up. It's 2 apiece now. Knocked his hat off. God, he knocked them both out. We won. Yes. The Portuguese have got the lot. He aimed for 1, got the pair. The ball came back and hit them. And of course, the second element of the game, as you'll see unfolding before your very eyes, is that the little swimming pool doors, electronically operated, are swinging to, and the Portuguese and the Swiss have both knocked all their soldiers down. No, they haven't. 1 still standing. And, well, we'll have to see. We'll get the result from Gennaro. Let's just see what we've got. The Swiss, 1 minute 29. Just a correction there, for the Swiss time is 1 minute 19 seconds and 4 soldiers for the Portuguese. Coming to game number 2. 3 jokers coming in, and they'll be presented. The Yugoslav joker is coming in there. On the left, in the middle is the Germans. On the right are the Swiss. By the way, that little squirrel there from the Swiss team is the mascot and the whole town It's known throughout Switzerland as the Squirrel Town.
Attention, 3, 2, 1.
The game is up go. The lads in the wagons, the girls in the wagons rather, they are carrying food to be offered to the prisoners. But there's 3 sacks in those wagons. 1 can be taken out if you knock down a soldier on your way up. 2 can be taken out as the Swiss have taken out. 2 sacks because they knocked down 2 soldiers, as you see, going up the ramp. The Belgians are finished. The Belgians have done it. We told you the French Belgian team. The girl in that wagon was an international football player. A magnificent specimen of girlhood. Van is 29. 29 seconds, and that is lightning fast. 32 for the Swiss. The Germans on the joker, the French not on their joker. 3 dirty big sacks in each one. Now watch as the truck goes up the ramp. Watch the number of soldiers that are clobbered on the way up. You've got to have the strength of Charles Atlas to shove that truck up to the top without taking the sacks out. Now watch it. 1 apiece. Oh, the Germans have done it! Well, that was incredible. That was incredible because you see the sacks being thrown out by the French girl. She is absolutely amazed. We're amazed. That was a feat of, really a feat of strength unsurpassed. You won't see anything like that in the program tonight, I'll tell you. That was fantastic. Goal from the so far. Well, those 2 German pushers must have the strength of Charles Atlas. We thought it would be impossible to get up there first run. You can see how difficult it is. He's done it. We make the time roughly a minute. And he's not pleased. Well, the Burger time was, as Guy Lux has just said, an extraordinary time. 9 seconds is confirmed from the arena as that fantastic time for the Germans. Let's see if the German time can go or what the Yugoslavs and the Italians can do. The Yugoslavs were near, and they've done it! Well, we said the Yugoslavs had some strength. By George, what an exposition that was. They're making... Well, you see how difficult the game is now when the Italians play it. Yes, just a feat of acrobatics there by the Italian. Listen to the time for Yugoslavia. The same as the German. Time, 9 seconds.
Alors 9 secondes, il y a donc égalité entre l'Allemagne et la Yougoslavie. 2 pays qui ont joué tous les deux leur joker d'une manière extrêmement brillante.
Et pour l'Italie, 30 secondes.
30 seconds for the Italians thereafter.
La lanterne rouge de ce jeu numéro 2, mais je le disais il y a quelques instants, il y a encore le temps de se retrouver, alors que le coup de sifflet va libérer le Portugal et la Grande-Bretagne.
Attention. 3, 2, 1.
Portugal versus Britain. Britain nearest the camera, and they'll have to go like the clappers. The 2 pushers, can we get up there? Can we? No! Neither can Portugal. In the truck is Glynis pushing. Nick Dewberry, Chris Long. This has got to count to keep anywhere in contention. We cannot afford to finish last. Come on, a heave! This time. And you can get a rough idea now of just how difficult this game is. There's 300 weights of ballast in each of those trucks. A game for strong boys.
Avec le même poids.
And the Portuguese have done it, and we're still struggling. Limit time is a minute, and we're coming up for it. The last sack comes out. And we're out of time. We finish bottom. Not the most riveting of starts for Henley on 10s, but as I say, a long way to go. Henley, of course, there with the 8th team to go, which gives rise to the saying in the commentary box, Henley the 8th.
Le temps pour le Portugal est de 50 secondes. Et pour la Grande-Bretagne, seulement 2 soldats renversés.
Alors, par conséquent, la Grande-Bretagne sera malheureusement, apparemment, la lanterne rouge, elle, eh bien, sera donc gratifiée de...
Alors, maintenant, nous donnons les points à la Grande-Bretagne. À l'Allemagne, pardon.
Ah, vous commencez par les meilleurs.
Les meilleurs.
Eh ben,
The jokers now. Watch these jokers come in.
Pour l'Allemagne, non, c'est toujours comme ça. 8 points.
Alors, en effet, 8 pays, ce n'est plus 6 comme l'année dernière, c'est 8 points.
8 points for the Germans of Medding.
Plus le bénéfice du joker en première place, 6 points.
Formidable affaire.
And look at this, 14 points from that game. 6 bonus points, but the Yugoslavians do exactly the same.
C'est le même résultat. 8 points, plus
8 points.
le bénéfice du joker, 6 points.
Plus the 6. Right at the very top, Zrianjanin, and already the competition hotting up between these two. But watch the Belgians. The Belgians are there.
Pour la Suisse, 4 points. La Suisse a joué son joker.
The Swiss pick up 4 points, but they played the joker
Pour la France, 3 points.
and burned it off.
Pour le Portugal, 2 points. Et pour la Grande-Bretagne, 1 point.
Just 1 point, which doesn't make good reading for us. The Yugoslavs in the lead with 20 points. The Germans 15, the Belgians 10, the Italians 9, the French 8, Swiss 4, the British 3, and the Portuguese 2. And here is the next game. It's getting booze for the general. It's in 3 heats. It concerns a Cannonball from France and a Cannonball from Germany. Blindfold, they have to edge their way across the plank. The Cannonballs walk over the plank. And the only way they can get there is by the girls on the megaphones, shouting. They pick up the wine and they go back to serve the general with the Armagnac, which is, of course, the brandy of the region. And in right away is the German. The German's in like a shot. How the deuce he did that, I'll never know. The Frenchman is only slightly less slow, and the time is taken. Arthur Ellis lopes into vision along with the Swiss judge.
De cette partie difficile, si on peut dire. Voilà, on a les premiers résultats pour l'Allemagne, 17 secondes.
17-17, and Valsis is 26. The Swiss and the Belgians will now play, and we like this Belgian guy. He's a teacher. He's called Jeux. And he's having a quick look. He's had a quick peep just to find out where he was. I tell you, the Belgian team's can play a bit. There's going to be a red-hot contest. I don't think we'll feature much in it at the moment. But, you naughty boy. He gets a little pat on the cheek. Yes. The Belgians are away first. And on the other side, the Swiss. That's our friend Joss. The Swiss is nearly in. He's almost on the edge. Our Belgian's on his way back. He's one heck of a competitor, this lad. I'm sorry you can't see his face. He's a bone dome and he wears spectacles. He's as brave as they come. There he is. I wish he'd take his hood off. He's a great competitor. He's one of those guys that make knockout what it is. This is a Swiss gentleman. A Swiss gentleman by the name of, Johan. There he is. There he is. It's the Phone Dome himself in the foreground. You'll see him later in another game and he's going to give you some excitement. We're guaranteed. The time.
42 secondes. Un mot 42 secondes.
42 is 42. And 28 for the Belgians. The line third. The Portuguese off. And the Italians. The Italians nearest the camera. The Portuguese on the far side from Aveiro. Well, they should be used to water. A town in northern Portugal, Aveiro. And Aosta, of course, the skiing resort on the other side of Mont Blanc from Chamonix, but it's neck and neck. Who's going to win? They make a go for it. Bang in. Lightning. Finally knock over the candelabra. Smother the general with Armagnac. And bingo. Fast times.
Mettre une cagoule sur le nez de tous les garçons de café et garçons de restaurant, car reconnaissez que pour servir rapidement au-dessus de 6 mètres d'eau, avec les yeux bandés, même mieux que bandés, et les pieds nus sur un tapis mouillé, eh ben, on se demande ce qu'ils font tous ces garçons pour arriver à s'en sortir de cette manière. On a pour le Portugal 21 secondes.
21 seconds for Portugal.
Et pour l'Italie, 19. Pour Aosta, c'est son dernier balle en Égypte.
19, 19. So the winners are the Germans.
Les points. On a l'Allemagne avec 6 points.
6 points to this German team of betting.
Italie, 5 points.
5 for the Italians. They've lost, by the way, Britain and Yugoslavia don't play.
La France, 3 points. La Belgique, 2 points. Et la Suisse, 1 point.
There's the readout. The Germans are betting in the lead with 21. The Yugoslavs are Jurananin 20. Aosta 14. Betting at 12. Sango 11. Aveiro 6. Romont 5. Henley Fontaine's only 3. But we go next in the Fil Rouge. On the Fil Rouge, our British carabinier is Ian George. He is aiming at 5 Yugoslavs. There is the picture. There's the Fil Rouge. The British aiming at Yugoslavia. We've got one. We've got one down so far. He's aiming at those on the left. And the Yugoslavs have got one of ours in. There's the picture. There's Ian George. Where the deuce is he aiming for? Yes, he's got one back. It doesn't matter how you do it. There's more than one way to skin a cat. The Swiss had a time of 1:19 for all 5, and we're pursuing that. As you see, the doors of the swimming pool are swinging too. We've got another one. We've one more to go for us. One more. We need this one. Ian, we need this one. Where are we? No, he grazed him. And the Yugoslavs have got 2 of ours to go. We're in the lead at the moment. We need this one. It's got to go down. Yes, he hit it but missed. He won't lie down. And the Yugoslavs have got 4 of ours. Yes, he's hit him twice, but he can't shift him. Ian, you've got to hit him hard now. This is absolutely vital. No, I don't think he's going to do it. The doors are coming too. He's shifted the Yugoslav. No. I don't think it's possible now. There's one more swing before the doors finally come to. And it looks like 4 soldiers for Yugoslavia and 4 for Britain. Well, he's been hit twice, that guy, but he's dead, but he won't lie down. We needed all 5 down for a time to be in contention. There's the man that caused our undoing. He was hit 3 times by a shell in the chest, but he wouldn't lie down. 4 for Yugoslavia. And the same. So the Swiss in the lead. Aha! Now this is very interesting. I tell you, the uniforms are quite authentic, as they are beautifully made, and the game behind is exquisite. There it is. How's that for a set? And the band blasting away in the background is from the 3rd Cannonball, and they're based in Toulouse. But this game is the crossing of the river. The Swiss and the Portuguese are going to compete. And they've got to cross the ice floes. It's a reconstruction of the famous retreat from Moscow by Napoleon in 1812. And the Portuguese are playing the joker, and also the French. Some noise. Aviero, they're the mascots that have been here all the time. Very colourful team. And that enormous captain, beautiful girls, as lady captain. Festooned with trophies. And these get a duck apiece. And the weather, I'm afraid, has turned a little inclement. It's beginning to rain yet again. We've had torrential rain, I told you, for 2 days, and now it's starting to bucket down. There's the crowd, the rain-soaked. The 4 boys go at 5-second intervals, crossing the ice floes, and the opposition are pulling at the icebergs. The Swiss and the Portuguese. Well, they're all on the way. We are going in the 3rd heat. Swiss already got one on. Just to say, folks, that's not ice, it's just polystyrene, but it's certainly a very effective set. And the gauze in the background lends that little effect as well. And the snow came from a pipe. The time creeping on, 1 minute 30 is limit time. The Swiss already with 2 aboard, coming in for the 3rd. And the 4th not far behind. The Grand Army, sans boots, sans helmets, but a small victory for them. 1 minute and 3 seconds, and the Portuguese are in as well. One minute 10 for the Portuguese, and 1 minute 3 for the Swiss. And the rain coming down like a safety curtain. The Belgians are away. Now watch this Belgian team go. Big lads, we still fancy them. They're still to play the joker. But these are very emerging as the strong favourites as well. The German team are varying from Bavaria. Let's watch these Belgians. 1 German in. The first Belgian in. The bogey time, 1 minute 3. 3 Belgians in. Where's the 4th one? Where is the 4th German? The 4th German's coming in to beat the Belgian, and the Germans finding up the points. 46 seconds. But a fast time too. Look at the limbs on those Belgians. 55 seconds to the Belgians. 55. 49 from Germans, so already the Portuguese joker blown like tatters in the rain or the wind in the retreat from Moscow. Going now, the British handy on Thames. They should be able to bomb this one. They've been training on the Thames and already in the rink. An Italian. The British could do with a win. There's plenty of practice. The clear waters of the Thames were coming in. The 4 boys, Kevin, Nick, Richard, Chris. 1 in, 2 in. Some respectability returning to Handley now, because if they could come in, they've got the 49 seconds of time to beat. We make it half a minute. Half a minute, 2 Italians in, 3 Italians in. Where the British? We saw Grand Britannia. We could come in, we're in, and I think we've got 6 points. I think we might have 6 points. No, 8 points. because there's still another heat. One more heat to go. It will be rather handy. They're pleased. Equal time to Belgium, Sango. Oh, wonderful. 38 seconds. 38 for Britain. Well, that's the best time by a mile. It could come good because the French are going next and they are on their joker. And the betting is that they can't beat a time of 38 seconds. They're off like rockets. He's caught a crab, but they're against Yugoslavia. And look at the size of the Yugoslavs. Look at this guy. Oh, what a performance that is. That is incredible. He can walk on water, that fella. 20 seconds gone, 20 coming up. It's 4 guys, not 1. It's all right having 1 miracle worker, but you need 4 on this game. Coming up for 25 seconds. A Frenchman in the water. The Yugoslavs struggling. Already the time rolling on. 35 seconds gone now. Another Frenchman coming in. There's the last one. They will not beat. Nowhere near the British time. They're well out. The French joker looking in great jeopardy. They've got to come in now. A time of 49 seconds to stand a chance. And we think a Frenchman is out of the game. We think one Frenchman is out of the match. He's there. I think he fell into the water. May have hurt himself, but in any case, the joker's gone.
Pour la Yougoslavie, 59 secondes. Pour Aveiro, 59
seconds for Yugoslavia.
Malheureusement, seulement 3 soldats.
And just 3 soldiers for the unfortunate French.
On a la Grande-Bretagne.
But this is good news.
Première avec 8 points.
8 points for Henley, which puts them right off the bottom.
L'Allemagne avec 7 points.
7 points for the Germans.
Puis on a 2 ex-aequo, la Belgique avec 6 points.
6 points
et l'Italie
for
avec 6 points.
Beringen. The Belgians, 6 points for the Italians.
La Yougoslavie avec 4 points.
Alors la Yougoslavie qui n'a pas très bien joué. Ah non, c'est le Portugal. C'est le Portugal qui avait. Oh, c'est pareil d'ailleurs.
Pareil, 4. Puis on a le Portugal.
The Portuguese joker's gone.
Le Portugal, 3 points. Avec le joker mal placé, plus 0.
3 points plus nothing is 3 points in anybody's language.
C'est 3 pour la Suisse.
3 points for the Swiss.
2 pour le Portugal avec le joker.
Vous êtes tout excusé, on peut se tromper. Hein.
Oui, oui. Et pour la France, un seul point, plus
1 point
0 pour le joker.
for the French. There was hard lines for Sango. They were fancying themselves. So look at the scoreboard and pick your winner for the night. We certainly can't up here. You'll enjoy this game. It's a game for brave people. It's about putting your army on television. And the Belgian joker must come now. We fancy them on this game. And when you see the team rippling with muscle, there is the Belgian joker. The Belgians will go 3rd in this race. And I'd have a small wager on them to win it.
Alors nous allons maintenant attaquer la première manche de ce jeu qui en comporte 6, voilà, avec l'équipe de Yougoslavie.
Voilà, et nous sommes prêts. Pas-bien.
Drenjanin are going first.
Voilà, alors je vous ai dit
across the television set go the soldiers. And you see the bridge is coming wider apart because those girls are pulling it apart with little ratchets. You count the number of soldiers across. Oh, and I'll tell you, it's for bravery. There's a lot of bravery needed in this game. Because as it gets wider and wider apart, you might not just make it and hit it with your teeth, your shin, your chest. Oh! And he goes. Oh! He never tried. Oh! It's a real. Oh! And he's spiting the water in disgust. It's a break your teeth game, this. If you didn't have false dentures before it, you'll need them after. You count the number of people across. You can do it for yourself, sitting in front of your own telly. Count the number.
Et voici la fée Carabosse à mes côtés.
Et alors une belle qui a vu défiler devant ses yeux 10 soldats.
10 soldats pour l'équipe de... Ah oui, non, de...
The British will go.
Voilà, on y arrive.
Alors nous allons nous écarter, nous rendons l'écran libre pour le démarrage de
Count the number of flying Brits from Henley. There's the Portuguese lady who's tucking away.
Attention, attention. 3, 2, 1.
Flying across will go a girl called Guadens. She's made it on her BCH. Then the boys, 2, 3. And again. Oh, 5. And you need to get out of the way. Clear off. And the gap is widening. Only 5 despairing in. Where are the flying Brits? 4th. He's on. He's made it. We've 6, 7, no. And they're flying this tearing leap. It all depends, of course, on the 2 girls who are operating he wasn't within 5 feet of that. The 2 girls, of course, operating the ratchet are the key figures in this game, widening the bridge. 6 for the Brits.
Non, mais qu'il peut de plus en plus, qu'il n'y a pas besoin d'aller dans l'eau pour être mouillé.
First across, the flying schoolgirl international footballer in. That was Christine gone. Watch these Belgians go. Look at that. Yes. Yes. They'll keep on going. They don't care. They just don't care at all, these Belgians. They'll kill themselves to get it. Oh, yes. Guess where he landed. Oh, yes, that was our man, Jock. He just doesn't care. They'll fly. They'll go head first at anything. Yes, he don't. Oh, straight in the teeth. They're still coming. Joss will go at anything. They won't give up. They won't. I think he's coming back for another goal. Our man's coming back for another goal. No, he's not. It's just too much even for him. In the excitement, did you count how many they got across? Because we didn't. 9. The French are going. Count them yourself. That was the girl, first of the chaps. Despairing. Thanks. Oh, that was the goal. Oh. Oh, the goal going. Sank. Well, he's oh! You really had to be kamikaze to do this game in the first place.
On pas la fête ce soir. Enfin, il y aura toujours la fête parce qu'à Saint-Guadens, c'est toujours la fête. Mais enfin, je veux dire que dans le cœur de l'équipe de Saint-Guadens, ce ne sera pas la fête si ça compte.
Non, mais enfin voilà, pour la France, il y a 5 sauts. Il y a un saut qui a été fait sans chapeau. Il fallait passer avec le chapeau dans les 5 premiers concurrents. Et
n'allez pas vous rendre
par contre, le saut à la limite de la part. Attention, 3, 2, 1.
The Swiss of Romand. The lady. Well balanced, this Swiss team. 5. Oh! Oh! Well, it's a good job that girl disappeared then. I thought, oh!
Ah, 6 sauts quand même.
Oui, nous avons 6 sauts.
Comment avons pu faire avons pu, nous...
It's raining slightly, as you can see. Doesn't damp the enthusiasm anywhere on this arena.
La dernière équipe à participer à ce jeu de la
Hope you're enjoying this game at home.
En tous les cas, le Portugal. Si après ça, vous ne payez pas votre redevance devant un poste si bien rempli, et si vous le mentez, alors c'est que vraiment, vous y mettrez de la mauvaise volonté. Une petite mise au point mécanique pour le départ du Portugal. Le Portugal où les hommes sont en général très athlétiques. Le vent s'est levé, ça va peut-être les aider.
Attention, 3, 2, 1.
The Portuguese girl, our producer Cecil, says, is there a dentist in the house? He should know he's got a spine to teeth himself. Meanwhile, the Portuguese, looking very graceful at the moment, that was the girl. But the Yugoslavs are, on your knees. They went halfway through, but it's 7. 7, and it's beginning to get a bit... Oh, he's there, he's going to jump on him! He's struggling. There's somebody else trying to run through at the same time, but he'll do it. He'll manage it. Yes. Is anybody going to have a mad last dash? No, a girl was going to have a go, but the whistle blew.
Sur une distance d'au moins 4, 5 ou 6 mètres.
Non, nous ne comptons pas le dernier concurrent qui a pu prendre appui au fond de la piscine, si bien que pour le Portugal, nous avons 9 passages.
9 passages. Et bien maintenant, nous allons faire des comptes qui, une fois de plus, ne nous sont pas...
So the Belgians come second on their joker, picking up bonus points.
Le Sango faire un pas en avant dans le classement, mais nous, ce que je te conseille, mon cher Gennaro, c'est de ne pas faire un pas en arrière.
Non, surtout pas, non, c'est pas le moment. Alors attention, les points pour la Yougoslavie, 6 points.
6 points for Gianni.
La Belgique, 5 points. Plus le bénéfice
5 points
du joker en
plus 4
place, plus
for coming
4.
second in the joker.
Voilà, un joker, un des rares jokers de la soirée, bien joué.
Pour le Portugal ex aequo, 5 points sans joker.
5 points for the Portuguese.
Ensuite, pour la Suisse, 3 points.
3 points for
Pour
the
la
Swiss.
Grande-Bretagne, 3 points.
3 points for Britain.
Et pour la France, 1 point.
1 point for the French, so they're out of contention, but it's making very interesting reading. The Belgians well in contention, but the Yugoslavs still leading. What a pleasure to see them in the lead as well. They deserve it. They had a thin season last year. But 30 for Jananin, Mering 28, Beringen have 27, Ayosta 20, Henry on Thames 14, and now the next round of the fil rouge. The Italians and the Germans. Just to recap, the best time of the Swiss on round 1. 1 for the Italians. There the Bombardiers. Well, he took one in the chest and didn't go. So, the Germans and the Italians. There's a very staunch defender there for the Italians. He's a little fella, but he's taking a lot. And he refuses to go. Is it a girl? It is a girl. It is a girl. She's been hit 3 times. And won't go. So the Germans, they need a good fil rouge. They need the points, and this Bombardier is not doing the job, and these are defending very well. Meanwhile, what about the Italians? They're clobbering away at the Germans. Oh, he's got one. It's 3 for the Italians and 2 for the Germans so far. That's another one gone. It looks like 3 apiece. And the doors are closing on them. The electric doors of that swimming pool coming to, and it looks like 3 apiece, which is good news for the British and bad news for the Germans. We don't think the Italians will come at all, but the 3 leading teams at the moment, the Yugoslavs, the Germans, the Belgians.
et savoir si tout s'est passé régulièrement à l'intérieur de la piscine à la fin où
we'll
on
have it
voit,
confirmed.
dire de l'extérieur plus grand chose.
You see how clever the costume is there? All made out of
Voilà,
polystyrene.
Guido revient et nous donne le résultat de ce troisième et avant-dernier fil rouge.
Alors, on a là pour l'Italie seulement 3 soldats renversés. Et pour l'Allemagne aussi 3 soldats.
Just 3 each.
Eh bien, vous voyez,
Which pushes
sont,
the Germans
on peut le dire,
right
des
down
contre-performances, puisque là,
on the fil rouge.
l'Allemagne et l'Italie qui sont fort bien placés.
Because at the moment they're looking very threatening with 28 points on the master scoreboard. Just one more joker to come, it's the Italian one. And I can't think they'll play it on this game, it's risky. Well, they are. It is, it's coming in. The Italian joker from Aosta.
Attention, attention, 3, 2, 1.
On the whistle, 2 guys in the horse, 2 from Yugoslavia and 2 from Italy. There's the Italian one on the joker. They have to erect a statue. It's a game about generals. 2 men in the costume have to shuffle whilst a teammate holds up a big plank and her teammate puts in blocks of polystyrene, and then the Italian gets on the horse's back, puts his sword in the air, and that's the end of the game. It's called erecting the general's statue. A good joker play by the Italians there. Miracle stuff. The Yugoslavs struggling. You can christen your general what you like in front of your own television set. We have called the Yugoslav general, obviously, Tito, and the Italians, Garibaldi. Oof. On the horse's back, sword in the air, rain soaked. End of game.
Mais il y en a qui vont faire oh là 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 d'avoir mis autant de temps pour construire sa statue. Eh bien voilà, maintenant, après cette première construction ultra rapide, puisque nous allons savoir de la bouche de Gennaro.
This poor guy buckling down under the weight. I should think he weighs about 15 stone, that fella. 6'3".
Merci, docteur. Nous allons avoir besoin certainement d'un bon
for the Italians is 33.
Après la sauce, fort agréable, car toutes les sauces sont bonnes dans le comminge, et surtout à Saint-Galens, après la sauce qui nous vient du ciel et qui nous arrose depuis un bon moment, alors que maintenant nous allons libérer le Portugal et la Grande-Bretagne. Autrement dit, les généraux
The Portuguese. In the front on the left, at the back the British. We can't think of a Portuguese general, so we've called him the explorer Vasco da Gama. And of course our general is Wellington, the man who defeated Napoleon at Waterloo, gave his name to the famous boot, and also a dish known as Bœuf Wellington. We build slowly on the blocks. That's the Portuguese of Yaru. And we're doing rather well, yes. That's little Sean Jones, only 17. Oh, we have this precariously perched. Watch that, they've got to get that block on. Well, they did well to retain the balance, those 2 boys in the horse. There's Sean, holding on like grim death, while Nick Mount holds up his sword aloft, and he's got a good time. We make 50 seconds. The Portuguese are buckling at the knees at the front. And I bet that costume weighs a ton. Because it will now be rain-soaked. Incessant rain we've had for 2.5 days. Observe the lovely costume. On the girl, Grenadier. In fact, all the costumes tonight, very exotic, very colourful, and entirely in period. 1 minute 0 set is 1:07, of course. 51 seconds for the British. We're lying second in the race. 4 heats. Next will go. The Belgians and the Swiss.
Attention. Prenez... Non, non, non. Attends, reculez. Près la Belgique. Attention. 3, 2, 1. Voilà.
The Belgians and the Swiss. The Belgians once there in the Fronbtieres. No, it's the Belgians in the front, yes. They once had a famous general called Sango. Very famous for his palate. And he was known as well for peeping through keyholes. His favourite phrase is, où est mon clef? Look, there with the Swiss. General Clef mounts. There is the Swiss, and it looks very precarious. The Belgians have won it, though. Yes, the red sword in the air. The Swiss, it's a dead heater. Who won it? Oh, the Clef or the Swiss general?
Avant de monter l'arrivée au poteau comme dans les courses hippiques, avoir
une photographie.
Mais ici, il y a tellement de juges que nous allons avoir le résultat. Voilà. Eh bien, mes généraux. Voilà.
Oui. Alors, voici le temps. C'était la Suisse qui était en tête, qui a réalisé 42 secondes.
42 for the Swiss.
42 secondes bonnes pour Renault.
Et pour la Belgique, 45 secondes.
Oh, 45 for the Belgians, but we didn't make that. I thought it was dead heat. Strange timing there by the touch judges. That could be very costly for the Belgians, eventually, when we come to the final ranking on the scoreboard. The Germans are going, and the French. The French in the back, of course, their famous general, naturally, Napoleon. And the Germans, well, when I was a small boy, there used to be a famous general called Blücher. And he gave his name to some very big boots that we used to wear when we were very poor in those days. Big, heavy boots that were known as Blücher boots. All you sophisticated children watching at home now, I've never even heard of Marshal Blücher. You don't wear boots anymore. Dancing pumps to go to school. Napoleon is going to win in a very fast time. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 seconds. Could be quick. It could be the second fastest time of the night. And the Germans could be equal with the Belgians on 45. Already the three favourites emerging. The Yugoslavs, the Germans, the Belgians. The Italians on the joker.
Puisque l'Allemagne a fait 40 secondes.
Mais alors pour Mering, 40 secondes.
France, 41.
Oui, ça doit se situer dans les 34e premières places. N'empêche que
and the French have 41. Again, some strange timings. We differed, but never mind. Their timing is official. Ours up here in our competition is unofficial.
Pour l'Italie en tête, 8 points, plus le bénéfice du joker, 6
The Italians, what a great joker to play. 14 points, puts them bang up the top.
Cette sixième épreuve.
Voilà. Pour l'Allemagne, 7 points.
7 points for the Germans.
Pour la France, 6 points.
6 points for Sango.
C'est une bonne performance. On commençait à ne plus y être habitué.
Pour la Suisse, 5 points.
Romont 5.
5 points for the Swiss.
La Belgique, 4 points.
4 for the Belgians. Not a good result for them.
La Grande-Bretagne, 3 points.
3 points for the British. We're limping along at the moment in the middle of the table.
2 points.
2 points for the Yugoslavs.
1 point.
But what's the readout now? Now this is getting really thrilling. Still the Germans with 35, Eos to 34, came from nowhere on that joker, 14 points. Then the Yugoslavs 32, the Belgians 31. The rest not really in contention, the French 19, the British 17, the Swiss 16, the Portuguese 14. Game number 7 is all about throwing a cannonball. We've a thrower of cannonballs in the wagon. He receives cannonballs from the girl in the cell. He throws them at the cutout figures of the soldiers, and they've got to be knocked down. Limit time of the game, 1:15. The guy in the wagon has to knock down 4 toy soldiers in limit time. And we knocked 1 down. 1. The girl in the prison cell lifts up the toy soldier. The Portuguese, who are playing concurrent with us, haven't got 1 down yet, have they? Yes, they have. The British have won. 4 soldiers to Clubber. He's missed. Another ball comes out. No, he hits it. Another ball comes out. He must get this one. Yes, he has. That's 2. And the Portuguese have 2. Mr. Malcolm Eggleton is the bombardier. The lovely Jane throws a ball out. He's got 3. As many balls as you like. The Portuguese have 3. That's tight.
Allez, les artilleurs portugais et anglais, voulez-vous laisser maintenant vos chariots aux Italiens et aux Allemands?
On a pour la Grande-Bretagne 3 cibles renversées et pour le Portugal aussi 3 cibles renversées. Attention, attention. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Ah, eh bien, voyez à quel courage peuvent faire montre nos arbitres. Il a été, mais alors, au mépris du danger, retiré un obus qui était entre les rails. Attention, 3, 2, 1.
The Italians and the Germans. Well at the top of the master scoreboard, what can they do? Down come the cannonballs. Nothing on the first round, nothing so far. The Italians, a left-handed thrower. The Germans orthodox still haven't got one. A despairing throw. Good news at the moment. Time going on. It takes about 20 seconds for a run. So, they could have 4 runs. First of all, catch a cannonball, and that's a very weird shot, but never mind. Nothing so far, yes. That's the German on the right. The Italians nearest the castle. And nothing so far. Up go the Italians first. The German. The left-handed Italian gets 1. The German gets. Shakes the target but doesn't hit. Oh, this could be costly. This could be very, very costly indeed for the Germans. Is something impeding the progress? No, he's certainly got the cannonball. The Italian have 2. 2 for Aosta, 2-0. Aosta 2. Merringen 0, and there's the whistle. The Belgians, whom we still fancy very strongly, aren't in this game, along with the French. The next heat will concern the Yugoslavs, the Swiss, and the Yugoslavs.
La Suisse et la Yougoslavie, Roman et Sven sont maintenant aux prises.
At the moment, Henry on Thames sweating on 6 points from the game.
La foule commence à manifester.
Whoever beats us has to get 4 targets.
La fin de ce match acharné, surtout les supporters de l'Italie, de l'Allemagne, qui sont au coude à coude. Je crois qu'il y aura une 3e ville, d'ailleurs on verra ça au classement général qui va apparaître à l'issue de ce 7e jeu. Mais c'est des illusions, Guido, vous voyez les obus partout maintenant, hein. Attention, 3, 2, 1.
The Swiss and the Yugoslavs, those big Yugoslav boys, lack nothing. They can certainly get that trolley right to the top. Yugoslavia, nothing. 1 for Yugoslavia. Still having a despairing fling. As many cannonballs as you can possibly hold, you can receive from that little window. 2 for Yugoslavia. He's still catching. As soon as he puts the target up, he'll have another shy at it, and if he gets that, no. He didn't. Yugoslavia with 32 points on the master scoreboard in 3rd place. The Germans leading with 35. Second, the Italians with 34. The Belgians with 31, who don't play in this game. Well, nothing is going right at the moment for the Swiss. The Yugoslavs have got 3, and if he gets this, he'll win it. 1 more for 6 points, and exactly 10 seconds to do it. Will the Yugoslav on the right? He's running out of time. He's got 5 seconds to knock this target down, and he's won the game. He shoved us back into second position, and also put the Yugoslavs back in the lead. The lead changing constantly now as we near the climax of tonight here in the swimming pool area of Sango.
Prisonnier de la tour.
Pour la Suisse, une cible renversée. Et pour la Yougoslavie, un temps pour 4 cibles, 1 minute et 11 secondes.
Alors vraiment, une cible et 1 minute 11 secondes pour Aveiro. Et bien voilà, non, pour Zrenjanin.
La Yougoslavie, 6 points.
As we say, right at the top of the master scoreboard, the Yugoslavs with 38 points, 5 points for Britain. We're gaining respectability as the events go by, but we're not in contention for the silver trophy tonight.
2 points, et l'Allemagne, 1 point.
Voilà, alors mon petit
Well, there it is.
ce classement général qui va être l'avant-dernier à apparaître.
The Yugoslavs 38, the Italians 37, the Germans 36, the Belgians 31, Henley 22, the French 19, Aveiro and Portugal 19, Roman and Switzerland 18. The last fil rouge to come. The Belgians against the French. Not so much animation from the French crowd now because they're out of contention. The French against the Belgians. The Belgians have got 2 down. And they will stand their ground. Those 5 Belgians will stand there and be blasted into eternity. They are the Belgians 1 down. But in the meanwhile, the Belgian bombardier is wreaking havoc with the French grenadiers. There are still 2 standing. The Belgian needs 2. And has he got? No, he hasn't. It's 3-2 at the moment. The French have 2, the Belgians have 3, and the doors inexorably closing 2. Well, this could cost the Belgians any chance, I think, if they don't succeed now, of a healthy placing. There, the French, they're out of it. He looks too small for the game anyway. A litter of wrecked bodies there, the grenadiers, giving you the idea of the costume, all in polystyrene. And it's 3-2, we think. That's the end of the game. Only the judges can tell. 3-2.
Et il va nous rapporter les résultats définitifs pour la Belgique et pour la France.
Alors, pour la Belgique, 3 soldats qui sont tombés à l'eau. Et pour la France, seulement 2 soldats.
Well, at least we finished second in the fil rouge.
Voilà,
But the Swiss are going to win it.
Il nous reste à nous donner les points
Which
maintenant
takes them off the
puisque toutes
bottom.
les équipes ont joué.
We certainly won't win anything tonight.
8 points.
8 points for the Swiss.
Portugal,
Then a rash of 7.
7 points.
Yugoslavia,
Ex-aequo avec
7.
la Yougoslavie, 7 points.
Britain, 7.
Ex-aequo avec la Grande-Bretagne, 7 points. L'Italie, 4 points.
4
Ex-aequo
points
avec
for the
l'Allemagne,
Italians.
4 points. Ex-aequo avec le
4
Belgique,
points
4
for the Germans. 4 for the
La
Belgians.
France, 1 point.
And poor old
Bien,
France, just 1
une
point.
dernière affaire bien mauvaise pour
The
ça.
readout on the master scoreboard with 1 more game to go, and the hot favourites, the Yugoslavs. Well, it's wonderful to see them. They're happy people that come down from the north of Yugoslavia with the choirs and their bands and their cheerleaders. A very strong team, rippling with muscle. 45 points. The Italians have lost to 41. Medding of Germany 40. Benningen of Belgium 35. Henley 29. Romont of Switzerland 26. Aveiro of Portugal 26. Sango of France, disappointingly for them, 20 points. There is the last game, taking place underneath the castle. The young girls have got to escape from the pursuing soldiers. There are the girls wearing the hats and the smocks. In the background, the soldiers. There's the Yugoslav girl. She has to swim on the whistle. She takes off the clothes, whips off the hat, the smock, the skirt, dives in the water. And after, you'll now hear a second whistle. Our British girl is off. But watching the Yugoslavs, our British girl is going to be pursued by a German, the Yugoslav by a Portuguese. The girls go through the tires. But now the boys are away. The pursuing boys have got to catch them before the girls reach dry land at the far end of the pool. And in the lead at the moment, we have the French, the British, the Portuguese. How are we doing? Where are the Yugoslavs? The Yugoslavs in lane 4. The Yugoslavs in lane 4 coming in for a win. They're going to win it. That's the Yugoslav in lane 4 coming in. They're going to finish first, and you'll see at the far end of the pool, she'll wreck the start. Yes, they've won it. What a fantastic performance. The Swiss are second, and third are the Italians. Where are the British? The British are coming in fourth. She didn't fancy herself very much on this. It's Young Shan, pursued by a German, and she's there. We finished fourth. Respectability comes to Henley on Thames, but the Yugoslavs, a fantastic performance, a miracle swim. If you're caught, I'm afraid you have to stay in the tires. But certainly the Portuguese were caught by the British. And a massive total of points here for the Yugoslavs. Winning that, 8 points will make them 53. A stupendous total. A world record. I don't think that's ever been equalled before in the history of Jeux and Fronbtieres. You historians at home, you amateurs, who keep all the records, you can keep us posted. A magnificent performance. 53 points by the Yugoslavs. And here, Gennaro and Guido, with the rain bucketing down, with the arrivals.
Oui, vraiment, il faut le dire. Et voici les positions d'arrivée pour les 8 équipes. La Yougoslavie est première.
La Yougoslavie, c'est-à-dire Zren, Yanin, première et certainement gagnant.
La Suisse est deuxième.
Will certainly, I should think, be in the final representing Yugoslavia, without a shadow of doubt.
La Grande-Bretagne
Elle est cinquième. Il avait cassé son crayon dans cette ardeur, mais il a toujours un crayon
Well, that's not what we got in our scoreboard when we were looking at the arrival positions and the erection of the little signs with each country's insignia on it. We thought ours was the fourth to go up, and we were fifth. The point. You can listen to some French.
La Belgique, 3 points.
Oui.
La Grande-Bretagne, 4 points.
Oui.
L'Allemagne, 7 points.
Oui.
L'Italie, 6 points.
Oui.
La Suisse, 7 points.
Oui.
Et la Yougoslavie, 8 points.
La Yougoslavie qui est déjà sur le podium.
There's the final readout of the night. A magnificent win for these happy people who've come all the way from this little village of theirs, or little town I should say. Very sports-minded, we told you right at the start, rippling with muscle, singing and dancing, and they'll set Sango dance alight tonight with the festivities. But in second place, we had the Italians of Aosta, a good performance with 47. The Germans of Mering came third with 45. But meanwhile, there's the silver trophy, well earned by the Yugoslavs. Presented a lovely scene here. The fireworks begin despite the pouring rain. So from the castle at Sango Downs, from us all, it's good night to you.